Hello everybody, thanks for watching this video. Today we are going to discuss in this video about the XML access interface of WebSphere portal. So by the end of this unit we are going to understand the XML configuration interface, review how the XML configuration tool works, export the configurations. The XML configuration interface, often called XML access of WebSphere portal, is a batch processing tool that facilitates portal updates. So the basis of the interface consists of XML files that are created in compliance with the schema portal 800 XSD. Provide three fundamental tasks: export, update and delete. The specific nature of the task depends on the structure and content of the XML file or script that is passed to the configuration interface. And there are sample scripts available in the portal server folder doc XML samples directory. Using XML access is easier if you start by making copies of the same scripts and adapt them for your environment. For example, to export the WebSphere portal configuration without users, you can use export.xml sample script. So if you want to export with users, export release.xml. so like that you can use these samples available at a doc XML samples directory. So working with this tool, the export file contains XML declaration followed by the main element request. So the request element contains the following attributes: namespace refers the portal config schema, type, export users, right. The export file also includes portal element with action attribute. The portal elements indicates which parts of the portal configuration are to be exported or updated. So the type of the action to be performed was specified by the action attribute. So let us see some examples now. The file begins with XML declaration, and if you look at the example here, so the file is beginning with XML definition in the first line here. You see here first line, and the file contain portal action export, that's all. So it is exporting entire portal, that is what it is doing. So the distinguished features are reflected in the portal elements action attribute value locate, and a portal resource in the node hierarchy is defined by the content node elements unique name attribute. So like that, when if you want to use content node, you have to use the content node name, so like that. But when you say portal action export, it is exporting everything in the portal. Let us see another example. This is used to create a producer offline. So as usual, this was started with the XML tag, the first line, and the request type portal action locate, and then it is locating for and it is locating for my sample producer 1 WSRP producer, and then it is exporting only that portlet. So content node element, the XML access, as we discussed in the previous slides, it has a content node element. So the content node element refers to the element in the node hierarchy of the portal. Usually this could be a page label or a static page or a URL. So the XML scripting interface is ideal for incorporating addition, updates and deletions of WebSphere portal. So this is used for transferring or migrating between machines during hardware upgrades, backing up the portal configuration and copying parts of the configuration, creating WebSphere portal configuration file by XML export, installing additional resources on WebSphere portal, performing recurring admission tasks in an automated and republican manner, performing these additional administrative tasks remotely, that is from another server. These are all we can do with the XML scripting interface. So the work with the syntax of the XML is like this. The XML access syntax is like this: XML access, username, password, and the URL. The URL always should end up with WPS config, not the WPS portal. The input file, it could be your sample file or the one that you created, and the output, the result file, whatever it exported, it will put it in output file. The same thing you can read in this slide. I'm skipping it. Object ID. So the heart of the XML access is object ID. The object ID is unique for each and every resource in XML access. So this is generated by the WebSphere portal automatically. When you examine XML report results file, you find an object ID attribute for each resource. This is uniquely different. So editing object IDs in the XML files can lead to unexpected outcomes. So the values of the object IDs are unlikely to conform with the internally required format. The resource object ID attribute is used for the following tasks: look up a resource for locate, export, or update or delete actions. Assign the object ID if the action is to create. Assign the object ID if the action is update and the object ID does not exist in the targets. So if the action is locate, it will look up. If the action is create, it will assign the object ID. If the action is update, then it will, in the target system, it will create like that. So using object IDs in this script, there are two methods. Set the create OIDs attribute of the request element to true. You have to add this to true. The other one is define the ADAC object IDs. So which means you are custom, you are yourself assigning a object ID. So set the value of object ID attribute to a value such as a string name. You must first define the name in your script. So like that. So if you say create OIDs attribute equal to true, portal will create. If you say define ADAC object IDs, you should define your own in your script. So pages. Many times script must not only export a page, it must also include portlets that are displayed on the page. For example, when you say portal action locate and web app is so and so, content node, web app stands for your WAR file and content node stands for your page. So what happens? It is exporting, locating the particular WAR file on the page. So that's what the slide says. In addition to the content node element, the script has web app element. The portal element action attribute is locate. So the unique name attribute of content node specifies the name of the page. The unique name of attribute of web app specifies a discrete web module. So like that it is specifying. So other portal resource. In addition to the page and other content nodes, you can manage users, web modules and portlets and other portal resources also using XML access. To implement elegant scripted management of your portal implementation, you have to always look at your sample files. Okay, so let's go through the checkpoint now. The parameter ask for credential result in prompt for username and password, display username and password, skips username and password. Ask for credential usually is for prompt for username and password. XML configuration schema is not compatible with the previous version. False. It is always compatible with the previous version, right? So let us see the answers. So that's a B. First one is B false, and the first one is the first one is prompt for username and password. Thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.